Oh wow, I just double spec'd, double clawed the enrage phase. Oh, and that's perfect Phosani's. My pure group Ironman 416 hero is progressing fast. The PVM grinds are starting. With less and less time, I must make every hour and minute count on my maxed account. Wait for it. I've given myself 7 days to try and get a drop at Phosani's Nightmare, a boss that only main game collection loggers or endgame retirement home Ironmen go to fight. Today, starting at an even 200 KC with just one Inquisitor's top and the pet transmog, we embark on a journey to do as much KC as we can bear. With the ever so rare drop rates, this is a marathon. Yet each KC feels like a sprint in itself. It is day number 3, but before we head back into Phosani's Nightmare, over on 416 here, we gotta do our farm runs and of course Hespori. We are also debuting our new best in slot range gear today, the Eclipse Moon Set. Minus the Eclipse Autoladdle, obviously we're not going to use that on crabs. Heading into our first KC of the day, day 3. Our starting KC is 240 and we haven't had any drops yet. Maybe today will be the day. So for about half the KCs yesterday, I started using Mystic Vigor instead of Augury, and I think I'm going to stick to that. I haven't really noticed a DPS difference, and it saves a bit of prayer. Oh my. First KC of the day and I died just like yesterday. This is because I glanced over here. You see how this ammonite crab is over here? I noticed someone, I mean, they probably didn't intentionally mean to crash. That's why they dragged the crab away, but that distracted me. I looked over and that was just enough time for Phosani to flick to a melee attack and I'm dead. I just TP'd in and see my clanmate, where are you at? First KC of the day, actually, hopefully. First KC of day number 3, and we get 210 death runes. I feel like this is deja vu because I forgot my max cape again, and so I don't have a TP out. Actually, that's not true. I have the Draken's Medallion that can take me to the top bank. 13 sharks. There's actually a couple of people in the clan also doing Phosani's Nightmare at the moment. And I was kind of cracking a joke about how you can tell because everybody's only going to reply in the clan chat in like 7 to 9 minute intervals. Alternatively, you could read the chat, try to respond in the chat, and then die. Zamorak Brews. For those of you that do Phosani's Nightmare or Nightmare, do you guys take the time to decant these potions into 4 doses so that you take out as many doses as you can out of the trip? Otherwise you just kind of leave them there, right? Just got out of a KC and catching up on the clan chat. This is the Phosani's Nightmare experience in a nutshell. 24 bass. Could be worse, could be 17 bass. And then apparently, I'm so dumb I walked there for 2 KC when I have the Slep teleport already. For those of you that don't know, walking to Phosani's Nightmare or Nightmare without the teleport takes like a solid 2 minutes. And another person goes dead on the last KC of the night. People were trying to encourage him to do one more and he's like, too late, already uninstalling the game. KC 246, some death runes. Quick update over on 416 here. Still parked at the Ammonite crabs. And I've been looking at the Eclipse Moon armor set. Honestly, it looks really good. Minus the derpy helmet that is, but the top and legs are pretty clean. But yeah, anyways, we've been training our range levels up. We're now 77 range. Before we started this grind, I made it a point to fully charge my Tumikin's Shadow. A fully charged Shadow holds 20,000 charges. Now 48 kills in, we are at 16,751 charges. I wish I did the same for the scythe, but I didn't preemptively charge it, so I don't really know how many charges we've used. I'm going to estimate around, at minimum, 3,000 charges. I think I had a lot more than 1,400. Needless to say, using a scythe and a shadow is very expensive. As a main account, you don't really get your money back until you get one of the uniques. And for an Ironman, well, you don't get your money back at all. We're going to try out a few adjustments here. So in place of the Magus Ring for the pillars, we're going to use a Lightbearer to regen spec. And in place of the Saradomin Godsword, we're going to use the Elder Maul and try to spec Phosani at the beginning of each phase. We're going to see if that makes any difference. Here we go. First hammer, and it hits. No way. KC 250. Obviously, you can't really take anything away from just one KC, but it was a sub 8-minute kill. I tend to get over 8 minutes more times than not, and all 4 hammers for each phase landed. Honestly, it checks out. Phosani's is a crush boss, and hammers are crush, so it makes sense. So the second KC was a little bit slower at 806, but all things considered, with me messing up walking into spores a few times in that fight, an 806 is pretty good, and once again, all 4 hammers landed. I'm going to grind out more KCs with this new setup, and we're going to see how it goes. The 746. A 717. Wow. Everything's fine. Oh my. And time is 7:28. It's fine, it's fine. This is only like the second death of the day. It's fine. We are now at 260 total KC, which means we've completed 20 KC on the day. Right now, we are pacing 20 a day, exactly. 20 on day 1, 20 on day 2, and now 20 on day 3. But it's been going so well today, I'm going to push for a couple more. We're now up to 24 KC on the day, but as you can see here, another walk of shame to go collect my stuff. With that being said, I think I'm going to try and push for one more to end at a nice 25. On this last KC, I brought the Magus Ring and the Saradomin Godsword just because it was part of the bank tag layout. So we're calling it a night on day 3. 20 KC on day 1, 20 KC on day 2, and 25 today, totaling 65 KC. No drops yet, unfortunately, but I think we are due soon. We're here at top bank to recharge our scythe as we are down to under 500 charges. Oh, that was my cat. And there we go. It seems like we can't fully charge it, but we're up to 19,953. Day number 4 is upon us. With 65 KC from the previous 3 days, let's see what we can get to. Well, looks like there's a system update in 40 minutes. We can probably knock out a few KC before that. First KC of day number 4. Coins. I actually think this is the first coin drop I've had since the start. 69k. Very clean second kill of the day. And we get rewarded with Doman Brews. With just 15 minutes ago until the update, I think I'm going to do one more KC here. I could fit in two, but it might be close and it's a little RNG, so we're just going to play it safe. Okay, right before the update. Huge claw specs. What are we going to get here? 19 grimy torstal. We're back after the quick system update. Hopefully, we've been blessed with some RNG this week. What the? A second parasitic egg and 22 bass. Let's take a look at the collection log here. Second egg at KC 271. The drop rate for the parasitic egg is 1 in 200. At the risk of jinxing myself, I just want to say, KC flies by really quickly when you don't die. I say this because we already racked up 7 KC on the day and it really hasn't felt that long. I guess I did jinx myself. Between the last clip and now, it is several hours, still within the same day though. Now it's just nighttime and we are 8 kills in, if I can do math correctly. You look away for half a second and you're back in Lumbridge. I've been so locked in on doing Phosani Nightmare that I completely overlooked the fact that we hit 80 range. While the main focus this week has been Phosani's on wait for it, the combat EXP we've gained over here at Ammonite Crabs has been massive as well. What a scam! There was literally nowhere for me to go other than run into a spore. So I realized in the last recording I couldn't quite capture exactly what happened. So I was in this situation, standing in the middle fighting Phosani, and all these blue tiles that I marked were covered. So they were unsafe tiles. Now these 2 green tiles I marked were the only quote-unquote safe tiles I had. But the problem was there were spores, these red tiles, there. So how does it make sense that my only safe tiles were to run into spores? And few serums. To be honest, when I first started this grind 4 days ago, I thought I'd be getting a drop pretty soon. The drop rate to see any unique item from Phosani is about 1 in 113. I got my Inquisitors top back on KC 115, so right around the rate. Now, 161 KC later, I haven't seen anything besides a second egg. The clock is ticking, so we'll keep pushing on. No fucking way, man. A third egg? Dude. Yep, let's take a look at the log here. KC number 283. We just got our third egg. Our only actual item is the top. The eggs are 1 in 200, by the way. That was KC 285, meaning 20 on the day. Let's see how many more we can knock out. I'm beginning to have my doubts on the Elder Maul specking each phase, but the alternative is Dragonclaw specking, which is very hit or miss. There's not much I can do other than to go grind out a Void Waker or spam easy clues for a ham joint though. 37 uncut emeralds. This KC, total KC at 290, marks 25 on the day, which marks the same amount we did yesterday. As we do more and more each day, I get more and more comfortable doing the boss, so it feels easier, and naturally I die less and I'm able to get more KC. We're going to see how many more we can knock out. If I can get to a nice 300 before I end the night, that'd be great. And in the middle of that 25th KC, we hit 85 hit points over on 416 Hero. The HP levels count more than ever with just 50 defense. 21 Bass. Your clanmate just got an Inquisitor's plate skirt. Surely I get a drop here too, right? Come on. I'm feeling it. Sarah Dumb and Bruce. No. We're currently at KC 293, but at this point I am determined to get to 300 before I get off for the night. We're starting to run low on these Relisims bombs too. In case you didn't know, you can use these instead of Sandfuse serums. This is mostly useful for Ironmen or people that just want to save a bit of money. This is probably much cheaper. You can get these after finishing Zogre Flesh Eaters and talking to the NPC south of Castle Wars. It's getting to that point in the grind now where I'm getting desperate for a drop. There's people that will advise you against doing this, but I ran the dry calculator on the OSRS wiki. Let's just take a look. 73%. Ooh, a max claw. Surely a drop. Magic logs, never lucky, man. Actually, it's not even luck at this point. I'm due a drop. KC 299. We just have 2 more shots at this. For the night anyways. Come on, give me a plate skirt. Or not a plate skirt, but you know. Okay, prayer pots. Heading into KC 300. The final KC for the night. How satisfying would it be to get a drop right here, right now? No. We go again. Got a bad camera angle there and I didn't see the spore. Alright, we've really struggled through this last KC, but here we go. I almost blowpipe spec. And my claws hit a 0. Second one landed though. Here we go, KC 300. Soul Runes. And so we end day 4 with a new PB of 35 in a day. This totals up to 100 KC during the 7-day marathon of ours, and 300 KC overall. With 3 days to go, I'm almost certain that we'll get a drop. But anything could happen. Catch you in the next and perhaps final video.